And we're back for a new session. And we're going to get started here. Let's just run down the mountain. Actually, we have to pause, take a moment, set up all our mods, get our mod config out of the way. Sim settlements, that'll do it on its own. The Wasteland Codex, main options. We're going to turn autoplay on. And we're gonna leave the hotkey to play recently unlocked entries. Let's make that let's make that pause break. Nope, it's not. That doesn't work. Oh, maybe it will. Make that pause break. No, it won't. It won't set pause break. So let's try. Does F12 do anything in this game? We'll make it that one. Okay. I guess it does do something. All right, and then we'll reset all entries. Yes. Okay. But we'll mostly just let it autoplay, and they'll just come on their own. Workshop rearranged, that's sort of its own thing. XDI, we'll let that do its own thing. That's it. That's all of those. Okay. But we did have a whole bunch of... Nice. You found a requisition package. I don't know what that means, but we found one. Yay! Okay. So, True Storm's configuration. We need to do that. And we need to turn that shit on. Turn it on. We're going to leave the Ghoul Horde off. The Ghoul Hordes are horrible. We don't want that. Wasteland Codex. We already did that. The Commonwealth Spartan, huh? Yep, and see, we got a rec token from that thing. Commonwealth Spartan holotape. That just tells us that that's how we get the stuff. We got to build a table and then build it using the rec tokens, which we get from finding. We just find them on the ground or all around the place. All right, we need to reset some of these features on Get Out of My Face so we can push our people around. We want push force. We want to increase that to 7. 6.5. One more. 7. Okay. Okay, and we want a silent push. We don't need anything telling us about the push. We know about that. Do we want the 3rd rank? Yes. I don't want combat mode. I don't need that. I didn't install it to be a combat feature. Servotron, we need to uninstall first and then install. That's it. And then we can go. All right. So we're off. We're on our way.
Robco Industries was to computers and robotics what Poseidon Energy was to the energy sector. Founded by Robert House in 2042, became one of the most influential and profitable corporations on the face of the planet within 5 years. By 2077, it was omnipresent, with its operating systems and software present in every computer in the United States, and its vast catalog of robotics used by both civilian and military clients. Collaboration with General Atomics birthed Liberty Prime and a vastly upgraded Mr. Handy, while Robco's own line of iBots, Assaultrons, Protectrons, and the mighty Sentry Bots ensured the company had more money than it knew what to do with. When it partnered up with Vault-Tec, winning the bid for delivering personal information processors for Vault Dwellers, its profits increased even more dramatically. With Pip-Boy 2000 and 3000 series, setting the golden standard for personal computing for the remainder of the back when. It goes without saying that Robco did not play fair. A combination of aggressive expansion, ruthless takeovers, and a pinch of diplomacy put it on the pedestal. And if anyone raised a stink, well, they'd first have to figure out how to tackle a corporate giant and its deliberately Byzantine structure.
That's generally how all companies work, even in the real world.
One of the most influential corporations before the Great War, Vault-Tec would never have risen to prominence if it wasn't for the nuclear scare that swept the nation all the way back in the 2050s. As the resource wars began, the U.S. government started Project Safe House in 2054. It was the single largest national defense project in American history. Vault-Tec won the bid with a demonstration vault beneath Los Angeles. The government contracted the Californian company to build 122 vaults spread across the nation. The construction would span the next 2 decades, if not more, resulting in the creation of a network where each vault could house from dozens to as much as 500 occupants. Now, for a population of 400 million, that was far, far too little. The reason behind this is simple. Vaults were not meant to save people, at least not on a large scale. The military-industrial complex controlling the government, which Vault-Tec was a part of as a strategic contractor, devised them as part of a social experiment to test humans in a variety of unique situations, ranging from stressful to lethal. Only 17 vaults performed as advertised. Why did Vault-Tec do that? Nobody knows. Was it satisfying someone's idle curiosity in the most sinister way possible? A way to obtain data to optimize conditions for space travel. Something else?
All right. Drink a little irradiated water by accident. Yes, I'm aware I took a little radiation. I'm very well aware of the fact. Alright. Take a little more, probably.
Books uncovered from before the war link the mutated bloatfly to its less vindictive cousin, the horsefly. From what I gathered, in the back when times, the horsefly was prevalent worldwide. So it's likely you'll encounter the bloatfly no matter which part of the world you call home these days. What makes the bloatfly dangerous is its stinger, which it uses to launch larvae at its prey. These barbed stingers latch onto a victim, releasing a neurotoxin which allows the bloatfly and its larvae to feed together. For the traveling wastelander, this overgrown bug won't pose much of a threat, seeing as its neurotoxin isn't all that effective against larger mammals. Just be sure to keep it away from the kids. You can tell a lot about a civilization by the pets they keep. When human populations are nomadic, dogs are of better use. For this reason, the wasteland wanderer is more likely to have a dog as an animal companion than a cat, since one is clearly better at holding the mirelurks at bay, though most canine breeds remain largely unmutated in the wasteland. Mutant varieties are prevalent. Radiation has given us sickly-looking mongrels and the forced evolutionary virus gave birth to mutant hounds, who can communicate verbally with their super mutant masters. Pre-war scientists on the West Coast decided they would try to improve on man's best friend as well. You can find cyber dogs in New California, unfortunate animals caught up in mankind's wild pursuit of improving on nature.
I'm not sure where some of this stuff came from. What? White Scar? Okay. That thing is freaking awesome looking. But, what exactly is it? That's a really rather large sniper rifle. Oh, yeah. Well, I love it, but where the hell did it come from? Oh, apparently, this is the first time I've even seen some of this stuff. 75 minus 75. What the? Oh, okay. Apparently.
Humans might be social animals who favor cooperation over competition, but there are enough people who seem to have missed the memo. Raiders are present far and wide across the wasteland, and the Commonwealth is no exception. Raider warbands with a variety of salvaged gear and improvised weapons are a common sight in and around Boston.
The fuck kind
Following
of
a
weapons
broad
are these?
variety
They're
of
awesome.
proven, charismatic, or unusually intelligent leaders. The number, size, and location of Raider warbands changes rapidly over time. All exist in a state of constant warfare with other factions and fellow Raider gangs, forming, breaking, and remaking alliances with each other, usually depending on the resources they control, be it beer from Beantown Brewery or food from a ration stockpile. However, trade caravans and settlements remain preferred targets for all Raider gangs across the Commonwealth. Some, like Bunker Hill, prefer to simply pay the Raiders off, while others arm themselves to the teeth and hope for the best as they cross the wasteland.
Okay, these are some really awesome weapons. I don't know where they came from exactly, but they're awesome. Okay. So, we are not currently... I don't know what the minus 700, minus 675... I don't really... Like, this one does 500 electrical damage or something? I don't know. These are going to get stored. We're not using them right now because they're, first of all, they're way overpowered. Way overpowered for the start of a game like this. Okay, I'm using a 10mm pistol. That's where I'm sticking with that for the moment. I'm not sure what those were supposed to be, but wow, they're pretty impressive. So I mean, I got to give them that. They look cool. They are rather awesome firing and everything, but yeah, I'm not gonna. That's definitely a cheaty sort of feel there.
Jet is one of the most devastating drugs to ever land on the streets of the United States, and consequently, the scorched remains left in its wake. It is a methamphetamine affecting the central nervous system, delivering a rush of energy and altering the user's consciousness. It lasts only a few minutes, but as long as it does, you'll feel as if you're at the controls of a jet plane, whizzing past a world that's trudging through the mud. Coupled with the ease of manufacturing meth from fertilizer, it proliferated far and wide, particularly on the populated eastern seaboard. The addiction rate guaranteed a steady income for dealers and cooks, and plenty of surviving samples can be found all over the wasteland. But that's not all. About 45 years back, a jumped-up whiz kid by the name of Myron came up with a modified methamphetamine variant under the same name. Working for a thankfully extinct crime family, the Mordinos, it was a weaponized drug meant to give them control over gold mining in New California. And through it, the currency of the New California Republic. His jet didn't simply shove you in a plane, it also made you stronger and more perceptive, and would reliably hook you on the drug. Fortunately, an antidote eventually appeared, leading to the downfall of the Mordinos and Myron's disappearance.
Don't think I can pick this.
Mankind is a clever species, especially when it comes to war. Pipe guns and other improvised firearms are an example of our ingenuity. Engineering tools for killing in the absence of professionally made ones. Zip guns and other firearms of this type were a plague in the pre-war United States, particularly among the street gangs of Detroit. The nuclear war did nothing to dampen our enthusiasm for killing or engineering the tools to do it. Almost any conventional caliber, from the .38 caliber to the mighty .50 caliber, can be outfitted with a wide variety of optics and are cheaply manufactured by almost anyone with rudimentary machining skills.
Codsworth?
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
The hell does he know it's me?
Everything's dead.
I'm wearing a sack of it.
Ah, yes, the gun.
This looks terrible because the glasses
police
are clipping
have
through
been,
it too.
Problematic, I admit. Ah, if only the missus were here to help. Where is she, by the by?
Where is she, by the by? She's dead.
They came into the vault. Maybe you saw them, armed, wearing strange outfits.
Only Miss Rose's boy running around in his Halloween costume. More than a week early. I swear, the nerve of that woman leaving her brat unsupervised. Ha ha, not like this family, sir. You and the missus have always been such a responsible couple. Oh, where is she, by the by?
Didn't you just ask me that?
She's in a better place.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction.
Oh yeah.
A distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him. I'm going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia.
Hunger-induced
Not eating
paranoia.
properly
I've never
for
heard of
200
that.
years will do that, I'm afraid.
If anyone's suffering from hunger-induced anything, it'd definitely be me. You can see. Look how thin I am. I'm just wasting away. Oh, like a supermodel without a cracker.
Jekyll?
200 years? What? Are you...
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
Codsworth, you're acting a little bit weird. What's wrong?
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing! And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! The car! How do you polish rust?
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
That noise in the background you may hear, that's dog bark, probably for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, please, take your time.
Oh,
I
I'm gonna
actually
take...
do have all day.
I know you do.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir. What's all this, then? Let's make this quick, shall we? Nothing here but a few flies. Wait. My senses are picking up movement in another house.
Well, I better use some aid. I'm not sure where I took quite that much damage, but I took me some damage somewhere. All right, we're gonna accept some rads to heal up some damage here.
Lug it off. Picking up hostile lights. Found you. Thrust. I trust everyone's still alive.
Well, that was a waste
Mr. North,
of a bullet, I mean.
your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Sean's out there, Codsworth. I need to find him.
What about Concord, sir? Plenty of people there. And last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
There's still people alive in Concord?
Yes, although they're a bit rough. You remember the way? Just across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood and past the Red Rocket Station? I shall remain here and secure the home front.
The 10mm auto was the favorite ammunition of United States uniformed services before the Great War, from policemen to generals. Various models of the 10mm pistol were used in service, including the rugged Colt 6520, militarized N80 and N99, and finally, this universal combat pistol. Its design maximizes versatility and utility, allowing a single unit to be converted with ease from a powerful semi-automatic sidearm into a compact, yet controllable submachine gun. both capable of mounting a broad variety of optics and muzzle attachments.